Greetings, humans with internet connectivity and aliens receiving this transmission for free, potentially in space, and supernatural creatures who knows if you have internet access or not, but if you do. Anyway, I'm Robert.
And this is Josh.
We're at Central Music.
Right there.
We'd like to have a conversation.
Yes.
With you.
Oh. Looking pretty good in that shirt.
Yeah, you as well.
Well, anyways, something I thought we'd actually talk about. I had some students recently, and I was thinking about this. When a student receives some feedback and they take it in an overly negative way instead of a constructive way. And I think that happens a lot.
I think that is part and parcel to demanding perfection in yourself or being too much of a perfectionist as a player.
Yeah.
Right? And really the way to improve is to, first you have to evaluate what's being told to you and realize that just because you're getting feedback doesn't make it criticism of your playing.
Correct. Yeah. And oftentimes I think too, especially if you're a pretty advanced player, like you're getting like that feedback, it might be someone just asking you to do something differently more than like, oh, that's wrong. You know, it could be like, hey, that's good, but this is kind of the area of the cosmos I'd like this to be in. Not that area, you know? And I think that'll happen too, a lot of times if you have a different conductor than you're used to having, different teacher, maybe an adjudicator at a festival or solo ensemble. They're gonna have a different take on your playing than you're used to. And I think you just have to listen and regard the advice and, you know, really think about it before you're like, hey, this is someone criticizing my playing.
Right, well you have to put it through your own filter, right? And I think that sometimes self-reflection is the most difficult kind of reflection.
Definitely.
But when you receive feedback, the first things, you know, that I ask myself, I guess I should make this more personal, but when I receive feedback, the first thing I ask myself is it accurate?
Right.
Right? And that requires that you be honest with yourself. And then is it applicable to where you are and what you're trying to do?
Right.
Right? And then use it or don't to make yourself better.
Yeah.
Right? But a lot of times consider the sources you suggested. A lot of times the source is coming from an educator or conductor, someone who's done the work and put themselves in a position. That doesn't make them infallible.
Right.
But you shouldn't just brush it off either, right?
Agreed.
What are some of the other things, you know, you just, in a lot of things, you can just be too much of a perfectionist.
Right. Yeah, I think too, like, even with your work habits, like sometimes spending too much time on something that's not quite where you want it, and then there's other things that you didn't end up working on because of that. You know, I think
I've seen that manifest in actually a different way, and that is there are things that are easy for me to do, and there are things that are difficult for me to do. When I do the easy things, it feels good because they're easy for me and I do them very well.
Yes.
And that's also a trap that you can fall into, right? You play the stuff that you already know.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm
This
great.
is fun.
And it's kind of self-fulfilling that way. That in terms of like, I'm perfect, right?
Yeah.
But then it takes away from working on things that are hard.
Yeah.
And you don't grow, potentially. Right?
Potentially.
I'm interested to see what some of you think are pitfalls about being too much of a perfectionist. You know, there's a bunch of little sayings out there that you hear all the time. You know, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
Right.
You know, and like, well, no one will value me if I'm not there a half hour early, when in fact, sometimes getting there too early can be a detriment to your play, especially if you're like Josh and you'd like to warm up for 6 hours before the performance and can't play potentially at the performance.
What happened?
But we're very interested in seeing what kind of habits that many people think are good habits could potentially be toxic to your growth.
Yeah.
There's a comment section for that.
Use it.
Also, for giving us on fashion advice, photographs of Yeti, Many
Fast
things you
Flash.
can do in the comment section
So many things. We got to see it.
to believe it.
That means it's the end.
Well, it's not really.
Oh.
Yes, it is.
All right.
April
Oh,
Fool.
oh.
April 1st today, Joshua.
It won't be April
Maybe not
1st
for you.
when you see this, but
It could be.
it is today.
Until next time, don't forget, like and subscribe. Nice shirt.
You too. Something I experienced recently, Robert.
Let's get right into it.
Yes. Should we keep going?
See, why not? It's pure gold so far. In fact, I think we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. We got it.
That's a wrap.
Captured it.
We welcome them.